Hey, we are back for one final match here on the day at the Mythic Dungeon International. Your host, Owie, here along with Tettles, Mr. X, and Makes for our match that involves Direwolves versus, basically the most popular up-and-coming team in World of Warcraft, it seems like, Cement Gaming. They're the darling of chat right now, and we'll see if they can go toe-to-toe with a team that's looked so good, but has had a couple, little missteps here and there, unfortunate things happening to keep them from winning their matches. Can they finally stay alive now? It's gonna be a good one.
Jack needs to make sure that he's going to rotate his defenses perfectly, as you do see Direwolves now. Jack and Chompy meeting up, gonna high-five one another as they do finally get the first boss pulled. Cement Gaming have downed their first trash pack, and they should be following pretty shortly.
Yeah, Bloodlust was popped almost instantly for the Direwolves on the left side here as the pack kept running towards them. I'm not sure if there's another ad control minded. We saw that by the Shadow Priest earlier today. Of course, that's not something Cement Gaming will have available to them as they are trying to chew through this trash here. Yeah, it seems like that's the case. You can see it in the back left corner. There's a green triangle on the control-minded mob that Chazo has under control. So they're making that pull just a little bit easier for themselves. The Chains of Ice also being deployed by 40. You're making sure that the Filed Spirit does not reach Sedana, but Cement Gaming is trying to pull even. Seems like they pulled a little bit less into Sedana herself. Of course, with their classes having an AoE cap, it does make sense that they're not going as big here, but Bloodlust also being popped, and they're on their way to chew through both bosses. And Sedana is now dropping for the Direwolves, 1% more to go, and they will be able to move on.
Yeah, look at that Invis potion that we saw from Direwolves. It's one of those situations where MDI level teams sometimes are going to do double pack into Nylash here, and so this is something that we have to watch out for. The most difficult part of this pull is just getting these dominators grouped up. You see the Direwolves kind of posturing to get ready to just grab that trash pack, and right before they go down to that downstairs phase, you're going to see Jack charge into the pack, leap across. He's got that time dilate on himself as well. And so now they're going to be kicking everything up, getting it stacked up, and then once they go down to that downstairs phase, the mobs kind of break a little bit. They do some weird stuff where they'll just...
At some point, these are going to come a little bit back to life, so you need to make sure that you DPS them down previously, and you can see now Chompy also using Puzzle, making sure all of the cooldowns go into this. CCs are being deployed, making sure these Dominators, these Exhumers are being kept under control, and they're doing a really good job here. That is impressive coming out of Direwolves.
But the Direwolves, I think they're going to kill this boss before the second phase. If they can get the boss killed off before the second phase, that'd be massive for them.
Yeah, they're going to stand in this Void Vortex here as it doesn't do too much damage, but unfortunately the Soul Seal does come out here, is going to cost them just a little bit more time as they deal with these souls. Don't be confused if you're not seeing all of the souls. It's just a matter of, 40 making it out there barely, but they're able to get him out and now deal with Nalash, the last percent remaining. Look at Chompy's damage. 40 now also coming in now that the ramp has been done. This is a massive pull. We saw the spiders go into this. They killed off the spiders, and as soon, well, not all of them, but most of them, and as soon as they dropped, the bats also got added. There's a lot of interrupts that need to be deployed in this pull here. It's super high in coordination. You can see that stuff like the knockback from the Evoker is also coming out, making sure that they have everything here. Jack taking substantial amounts of damage. IBF also going out from 40, making sure he survives. The AMS also having been popped. And I feel really good about this pull. The worm goes down, the bats go down. There's a lot of bursting that's now going to come their way. But like you said, they do have that Master Spell available to them that is going to make them survive here. And Cement Gaming, we know, have a little bit of a more conservative approach to this pull here as they try to stay on these 5 targets. They're going to add the spiders to the worm and then add the bats to the second worm, for which the Direwolves don't have any trash. They're just playing that by itself.
For the Direwolves, I mean, this is looking really good for them. Barring a catastrophe, this should be them kind of winning this map. Basically, they just need to make sure they get through Bone Maw. Don't somehow wipe to the double blueberries, which we're doing by themselves, so that should be fairly easy for players like this. And then if they don't wipe to Ner'zhul, I mean, the Direwolves are in a good spot, Makes.
Yeah, they are. They're looking really, really good here. They already finished the trash stats on the stairs. There is one more very scary point that they're gonna approach, which is the void spawns. We just saw that from Empyrean. In the very previous run, they even had like SLT down and it was still close. Cement Gaming have a lot of abilities to actually deal with the void spawn damage. Their defensives like Blur, Darkness, super, super good to actually survive it. Even like they can Karma one, is not gonna be too much of a thing for the Direwolves, but I hope they can make it through and survive that void spawn pack, or like you call them, the blueberries. They are very scary,
yeah.
and they're coming up.
Okay, all eyes on the left side of the screen here, though, as Direwolves have Ner'zhul engaged at 70% HP. Bloodlust has been popped for them right on their offensive CDs. They were just kind of waiting for everything to come back up. Yeah, that Army of the Dead. They're going to deploy like the Incarnation here in just a couple of seconds. I mean, things are looking great for the Direwolves. Ner'zhul should probably die within the next minute and a half, and barring a catastrophe, they should be fine. There are ways that you can die on this boss, but I think that at this level for the Direwolves, they should be more equipped to be able to, first off, kill off the Ritual of Bones, and then secondly, assuming that they don't just accidentally take a tick of that puddle, this is like pretty good for them. Ner'zhul at 25%, they're not even going to get another Ritual Bones cast.
So keep in mind, the quickest time we saw in the SPG was Cement Gaming's. The team that played SPG after was a little bit slower, and Cement Gaming logged in 17 minutes and 6 seconds. Now, if you're looking at that timer, Direwolves are looking to undermine that time by so much. We're probably going to end on like 15:30, if even, maybe even just 15:20. They're super, super fast, and they're showing up one time, making sure that nothing went wrong in Disky, which is something I'm very excited about after how that series against Perplex went, and that's a definitely deserved 1-0 for the Direwolves.
Yeah, that was pretty perfect. 0 deaths, getting it done in 15:22. Definitely the fastest Shadow Moon Burial Grounds we've seen yet, and a great start for a team that we knew would be back with a vengeance after what happened to them in the upper bracket. So if you're a Cement right now, you're going to have to find a way to dig deep, clean it up a little bit, and try to bounce back, I guess, on Temple of the Jade Serpent.